All right, welcome back and welcome to episode 180 of Those Millennials podcast. Today I'm your humble, grateful, extremely thankful host, K the Classic. I'm here with my nearest and dearest, my boys and friends in real life. Jesse's here and back. How you doing? How's your mental health? How's your pockets? I like the shirt.
Thank you. It's a work shirt. Mentals is all right. We getting there. Just trying to get to the end of the year. You know what I mean? And the pockets, they gonna hit a drought because
Is
gotta
that
get.
is that a double earring you got over there too? Did I just notice you got double earrings? You got double piercing on one side?
Oh yeah, I've been had this.
Oh, okay. All right. I never noticed that. Okay, cool.
We
Real's
had
here. Real, how's your
with the
pockets?
person
How
for a while.
how's your mental health? How's your pockets, Real?
Was Gucci.
All right. I don't I don't want to give it behind the scenes, but thank you guys for listening. We appreciate you guys. We love you guys. Thank you guys for rocking with us.
Wait, whoa! Here we go again.
Oh, my
Just
bad.
want to continue moving on.
My bad.
How's your mentals? How's your pockets? How's your
Uh
family?
Honestly, mentals is not the best right now, but I will overcome, and then I'm sure after tomorrow, what something will have an outcome of whatever supposedly happened, and we'll figure that out at the 9 to 5. But other than that, I'm straight. I'm good. Pockets is on the alright side. It's Christmas time. They supposed to be on the alright side. So yeah, for sure. Thank you, Jesse. I really appreciate you asking me. And Clips, who's not here. Appreciate you, Clips, for not being here and always asking. Don't forget to like,
Well,
favorite, and subscribe.
fuck me then. Suck me. You can suck. You can go to hell too, nigga. Don't call me no more. How about that?
I mean, whatever. Don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe. Helps the pod grow. And if you're new around here, don't forget to sub. Don't forget to sub. If you're listening on any of the streaming platform like Spotify, Apple Music, leave a 5-star review. It helps the pod go a long way. Uh, as for those who don't know, who aren't aware, we'd be remiss if we did not bring up the tragedy that happened out here in Las Vegas. The At the UNLV, there was obviously a shooting that happened yesterday afternoon. But just at I don't even want to give the asshole now. Before, when we did the other shit that didn't work yesterday, the guy was not identified. Now that he's identified, I still don't want to bring him up. But it just sucks that happened. It's a tragedy. Bro, have you been keeping up with the story? Do you know the ins and outs of the who and the what and the where? You watch the news like
Yes.
that?
Supposedly, he was a professor
Yep.
who applied for the job at UNLV University, and he killed two staff members. They weren't students, but it doesn't matter. Loss of life. It's a shame. Nobody should have died yesterday. Whatever he had going on, he should have kept that shit to himself. So,
Uh, if I remember off the
R.I.P.
top of my head, 3 dead and fourth in critical or stable. No, I don't want to. I think the fourth is in stable. So, as always, thoughts, prayers, condolences to all the people that was affected, all the families, and everybody that was affected. All right. So, in this episode of Those Benders podcast, we're going to talk about the inaugural in-season tournament, the ins and out, the pros and the cons. We're going to get to some not list stuff that I've compiled throughout the week. But first and foremost, we're going to get to Rell's pick, sponsored by.
I ain't got no picks.
You ain't got no picks this week?
I ain't got no picks.
What happened? You literally had picks yesterday. What happened to the picks?
No, I got picks.
Okay, what the hell just happened? You still why are you so sour, man? I didn't do nothing to you.
All right, so I'm gonna go with two colleges. Look ahead. I'm gonna go. This is a parlay. I'm gonna put it in. Give me 1 second. Let me pull it up. Sorry, this is terrible.
Speaking of tickets, I had a little.
All right, so I'm gonna go with Bama money line, Notre Dame money line, Tennessee -7.5, Texas money line. That's
Damn,
the parlay.
Is that a 4-teamer? Is that a 4-teamer?
Mm-hmm.
Why are you doing that so early right now? Why that ain't till New Year's?
Get it in early where the numbers are good.
Where the numbers is where you like.
Yeah, get it in where the numbers are good. Because by then it's gonna be But then I mean, Bama, it may be a minus 115. You got a Bama at an underdog number right now. And so I don't know, depending on how you like to bet, but that's the 4 team. I said again, Bama money line, Notre Dame money line, Tennessee over Iowa minus 7.5, Texas money line. Also, I have a Texas future plus 2,500 to win the national championship. That's going to I'm really looking forward to cashing this year. So that's the play. 4 teamer. Shit. That's probably that's after I've been looking at these bowls for hours. So this bowl season starts next week. So
Fire vibes. Before we get to not list, I wanna. I told Jesse about this 2 days ago or so. I took screenshots of y'all because everybody's doing their wrap ups, right? So I took screenshots of both of you guys' wrap ups. I just got some questions. If you guys mind answering and at least acknowledging some of my questions, are you guys ready? Jesse, I'm gonna start with you.
Let's go.
So for Jesse's Spotify wrap up,
Put it up. Put it up. Put it up. Oh, you got that feature?
No, I don't. I don't have to pull it up, but I'm gonna go over it though. So Jesse's number one artist that he's listened to is Baby Rose, Usher, Burna Boy,
yep.
6 Black, and J. Cole. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Now this is I don't. Again, you told me to tap into Baby Rose. I will eventually. I don't have any other problem.
You've actually heard Baby Rose.
I'm sure. I'm sure.
No, I'm saying if you listen to all of the Dreamville stuff,
I'm sure
she's been on the track with J. Cole. She's from. I'm
pretty sure.
She from where J. Cole from. She from Fayette now.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. My questions here is your top song.
Or the Ville.
My question for you, Jesse, is your top songs. Your number one song that you listen to in 2023 is "Till I Collapse," which tells me literally you listen to music when you work out all the time.
Yeah.
Do you start your workout with "Till I Collapse"? Is that what you do?
Yeah, that's the first song. When I start hitting the weights, that's the first song. You gotta start strong.
Yo, Rell. That's our man. But like every time you go to the gym, you playing "Till I Collapse" every time.
Yeah, same playlist every single time. It starts until I collapse, and then it goes into
red. You don't believe in so you don't believe in shuffle?
No, I mean no. I have a workout playlist.
Okay.
The first song on there is "Till I Collapse."
You don't hit shuffle.
And then then it's shuffled. But I hit collapse until I collapse first every single time, and then it's shuffled from there on out.
That's a bunch of bullshit. I'm gonna be real with you.
What's some bullshit?
I mean, again, teach his own, but I
what's wrong with that? I know what I want to start with.
You're right. It's your thing.
Go from there.
I'm just telling you that
it usually goes. I can tell you the order because sometimes Spotify kind of tries to choose what songs you want to hit, like or listen to.
When you work out, right? You got a workout playlist.
Turn it out. How many times you hit skip? But I can tell you, we'll do "Till I Collapse." Then it usually go to Nipsey Hussle, "Motivation."
Gym every day, listening to
"Motivation," and then lately it's been going to "God Did," and then it's doing that JID song that now that's going viral because. Even though that I've been on that song, but whatever, everybody wants to do it now, whatever. So it's like
Rell, I know. So you work out as well too, Rell. Do you think it's weird that our boy listens to "Till I Collapse" after the
No, I mean everybody got their preference. I mean, I listen to the same songs over and over again, but I mean, I like to listen to. I don't really need music to like pump me up, Maybe I don't know. Maybe that's why I haven't got the results. I probably should get a set workout list to try to to increase the intensity. So I don't know. I've listened to some of the albums, and some of listen to podcasts. So it just depends. But I don't think it's weird though. I mean, because I like certain if I'm going to listen to something that needs to hype me up, like I have there's places you want to go. So it's like sometimes it used to be DMX.
Right. That I mean
I got Stop Drop on there. This goes to that too.
Yeah, my workout playlist is like it probably has like 300 songs. I add.
Rough Riders Anthem. I said Stop Drop. Rough Riders Anthem on there.
All right. So Rell, question for you for your Spotify wrap up. You did not post your artists. You posted your top songs. My question for you is, why in particular is "To Summer from Cold" your top listening song? Is that what was like the song you woke up to? Was every time you was in the car that was the song you was trying to vibe to?
I don't know. I just felt like it was just because I just felt like it was a dope song. I just felt like it was such a song from the heart, you know.
I
Like
have no problem with any of your lists. And I don't have a problem with that song. I just thought that was kind of
no,
not.
yeah, no. I always listen to it. I mean, I just felt like I don't know when people, expose the real version of themselves. I just feel like that's the best version of art.
Gotcha.
So and in that song, I don't feel like Cole's rapping, but like he's talking to
Literally
somebody.
talking. Yeah. All
He's
right.
just talking to somebody. So I just really
I
I
didn't
always
have no
thought
I
that was
real
love
dope.
that.
no problem with you.
I
I
love he
got
did
more
that.
beef. I got more beef for Jesse though.
He did
So
that on the Big Crit track when he's talking to the fan.
oh yeah.
Yeah. I love when he does stuff like that.
Speaking of which, so on Jesse, and then we can move on to not list. So
Mm-hmm.
Jesse also posted he posted his top podcast on Spotify,
Mm-hmm.
and this is where I had a big problem with Jesse. For those longtime listeners of me, y'all know I really listen to podcasts all the time, and there's a specific genre of podcast that I just vehemently hate. Not hate, just don't necessarily like. And to know my man Jesse is one of them crime podcast dudes, it made me sad. I'm not gonna lie, it made me
What's
sad,
wrong with
bro.
it?
Bro, it
What's
made me
wrong with it?
sad.
What's wrong with it?
So his
What's
number
wrong
one
with it?
podcast was a podcast called Black True Crime.
I'm
Podcast.
supporting black people.
His number 2 was Cinephobe, respect. His
Mhm.
number 3 was Murder in the Black.
I'm supporting black support black people.
So he had 2 true crime black podcasts in his top 3.
Well, I will also say
Most
this.
listened
I'll say this before you continue.
to. Yeah.
Because the fifth one doesn't even make sense because this shows
Brian,
you.
I listened to that pod. That pod's great.
No, it is a good podcast, but I don't listen to him like that. Like I really don't. I don't. It's like if you looked at my Apple podcast, because that's where I really listen to podcasts at, I just started listening on Spotify. So that's why it's all of those. And that's why it's not all the sports ones. Because if you go to my Apple one, you'll see it's, it has the right time, but the right time would be number 1.
Right time
and then it would probably be
that's
the
why I was like, I'm surprised the right time was 4 for Jesse.
Yeah, I just started listening to it on Spotify.
Okay.
Then no, it actually wouldn't be number 1. It would probably be the Dan Le Batard. No, because I listen to Dan Le Batard on YouTube only. So
yeah,
but it would probably be up there with him. Then it would either be the right time, then the Dominique Foxworth show, then the Mina Kimes, and then Bill. But I don't really listen to Bill. It's just I got all of his stuff like
in there, right.
Following
I just
all.
again, I just wanted to point some of this stuff out.
So
Apple,
Apple,
I wish Apple would do the podcast thing.
Yeah,
they just not recent. In the last 2 years, they have allowed people like me that use Apple to show what we listen to musically as far as their top songs and stuff. But I wish they would do the podcasting stuff. But they
yeah. If you saw my stuff now, is there still a lot of true crime on there? Yeah, I still got Sisters Who Kill. That's a dope one. Shout out to them. That podcast. Murder in the Black True Crime. What's another one?
Watch documentaries.
Huh?
I said watch documentaries.
Who says I don't do that?
No. I'm just saying for like I'm talking about everybody, the whole people of genres that
I still watch Dateline. I still watch 2020. I still do all that stuff. I grew up watching all that. So true crime podcast.
No, if y'all remember before, I was just blown away by the fact of like I was looking at statistics for podcasts like a while ago, right? And then just I don't know what it is now, but when I looked at it, it was like 60% of podcast people that listen, 65% of people that listen to podcasts just do true crime and shit. And then there's
which is not a surprise.
There's the news people that do like 30, and then there's the sports people that do like another 30, and the other shit is like miscellaneous shit.
which is not a surprise if you think about it. People love crime TV
Yeah, that's
shows.
why there's a
They love the
CSI.
not
All
even
the
crime.
that's
Yeah,
why
they
there's
love
a
all.
CSI in
I,
every city.
those are not crime TV shows. Those are procedural TV shows. What
Yeah,
they
yeah,
call them, procedurals. Um, People love those type of shows. People love 2020. People
yeah.
love watching documentaries on serial killers, on killing. People watch Snatch. People watch
That's America's
all that shit.
bag for some reason. Like
Yeah,
America's
people
still
watch
obsessed with Jack
Snatch.
the
People
Ripper
watch.
stories and stuff. That's why Dahmer did so well. America is just yeah.
What's the one where what's the one on Lifetime that literally saves, or is it Lifetime or Oxygen or one of those that just comes on all the time? Killer couples. People watch all that shit.
Yeah, people those always do well.
So it's
But
not
I
a
just wanted to
surprise
point
that
that out. I just wanted to point those out.
it's not a surprise that true crime podcasts are killing it right now. People, you would think that people would stop trying to kill with how much there is out there, and how you will always, no matter what, get caught. You guys will like. It's very rare when you don't. I know there's a lot of missing people. I know there's a lot of all these things. It's the when I say you guys always, I'm talking about the ones that really think that, oh, I know how to get away with a crime, and you don't know shit. Like you truly don't.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you guys for entertaining me and answering my questions that I had. I forgot all about that yesterday, but it is what it is. I felt like that was better content than the other
I
questions.
mean, you had Drake. I mean,
Yeah, but that was just off the podcast. That was surprising to me too. To be honest with you, to keep it a buck with you, that was surprising as fuck to me. That was just off the strength of listening for the pod.
Honestly, I'm surprised. Like this is the first time where it wasn't a lot of Kanye. I didn't say
That made me proud. I was actually proud of you, by the way.
Yeah, because last year it was a lot of Kanye, and I was like, I'm not gonna put my rap up on my first 3
I
songs.
didn't post my songs because it was still God Did, and God Did came out last year, so that said a lot about me. Anyway, all right. Not list. Not list is a list compiled of stuff that I've compiled throughout the week. So I'm gonna get to it real quick, and then we're gonna get to the pros and cons of the in-season tournament, because night 1 is over, and then we'll have the championship on Saturday. All right, so number 1 on that list. Tell me what you guys think. So Lil Wayne has been not promoting, but he's been mentioning, and he's been on a couple platforms saying that he wants to headline the Super Bowl in Louisiana in 2025. What do you guys think of Lil Wayne headlining Super Bowl in 2025?
I'm with it. Yes. Yeah.
With it.
Yeah. Let's do it.
He's been really involved with
the NFL,
with the NFL and the Packers. Like he even did like a pregame, like a song for like one of the draft things. So it was like, and like he did like a really good I forgot, it was like a NFL rap he did that was pretty dope. I forgot who he did it for. No, that was actually for the ESPYs he did that for.
Yeah.
But I mean, I could just see him doing something cool, like a rap song, and implementing the game, and because he's so talented, and I think that everybody has seen past and like now that he is a talented artist, and it's unfortunate we haven't had a good Wayne album in years, so I don't know how. Hell yeah,
actually good, but keep going.
Yeah, but I mean, I just don't like the two back and forth with him and 2 Chainz, like Gotcha. But yeah, go ahead, Wayne. I'm for it. If Jack Harlow was getting considered for this year, I mean, fuck it. At this point,
I feel like some of them time is just people throwing names out there. I don't think Jack Harlow has the cab.
No, there's no way.
The official Pepsi website, but they were asking like, who would you like to see?
Yeah, he could be like, but it gives him a look just to be in the conversation. Like it gives him.
I promise you, he's going to do it.
You know how when they do coaches or coaches are nominated for a big job and they just throw coach's name in the hat, but like they have no chance of getting said job, but they just want to put him in the discussions for a look. I feel like it was one of those.
But I feel like he's a couple years off from doing it. That's all.
I don't think his catalog is like that.
Who, Jack Harlow? Hell no.
His catalog's not like that.
He's commercial, bro. That's all I'm saying.
It's not even about being commercial. You gotta have actual, like he does, like I know they're trying to make us believe he has this following. He
We'll
does
get
not.
Doja Cat
He,
before Jack Harlow.
yeah, he would not move the. He would not move the needle at
We'll
all.
get Doja. I can make a list of people we'll get before
If
Jack.
you want to quick, and then he also had a terrible performance at the during the Thanksgiving. No, hell no, they're not going to give it to him.
So I
What
would
you
just
gonna
add
do?
my 2 cents,
Perform the
and then we
same
can move.
song 6 times?
Yeah. So I'm gonna just add my 2 cents, and then we can move on to the number 2 on our list. I just will say this. I think. I mean, to me, I just feel like he. I mean, he could just go straight to Jay. He doesn't have to come outside and say, "Hey, I want to headline 2025 Super Bowl." Like Jay has been working with the NFL, quarterbacking all these headliners. You can go straight to Jay and get that done. I just, to me, as a person who just thinks about stuff like this, I just was like,
I mean, he can go straight to Jay,
why
but
make this public when you can go straight to Jay and
well, I make it. You make it public because you want it.
build
I think
momentum?
at this point, build the momentum. Number one, I think there's. I don't. I think leading up to it, I think everybody and their mama, unless there's a country act that's bigger, um, everybody and their mama knows New Orleans should go to Wayne. Everybody and their mama knows this. He's perfect for it. He has music that is very, commercial friendly that people would love to see him perform.
100%. I will. I wish I could put money on it right now. He's gonna do How to Love. 100%.
Yeah.
He's gonna do How to Love.
It's a really good commercial song.
Yes, I know. He's gonna do 100%.
Drake, he can bring out Drake. Just I mean, everything he could bring out Nicki. I don't even think he can. I think he would bring out both of them. I think he would end up bringing out Baby just to bring him out. But you know what I mean. So I think I don't know. I know I'm being biased. So if somebody does know anybody else that would be better than Wayne, go ahead and say it. But I don't know with he's he's not once the superstar he was, but he's that legacy act type. He's in that mode, especially 2 years from now, he'll be in that mode where he is a legacy act where he's respected as a legacy. So why not do it? It's perfect timing, and they messed up when they didn't do Outcast for Atlanta. So this is how you fix that. And what I mean. But yeah, other than that, I don't. My only hope is that I don't. When you say he can go straight to Jay, I think he's just putting it out there just to let people know he wants to do it. I think it's just answering the question. I think it's answering the question, and I think he's just. I think he's solidifying his name by saying it. But I'm pretty sure he's already said something to Jay.
Yeah, and yeah, that was pretty much my guess too. But I just I just whenever stuff happens in the media now, I always find myself asking why now. But all right, number 2, and now speaking of stuff that's in the future, 2025. We just talked about a Super Bowl that's freaking 2 years away. So let's talk about a game that's fucking damn near 2 years away. Grand Theft Auto 6 dropped a trailer. And apparently it beat out Mr. Beast for having the most views on YouTube in 24 hours at 76 million views in 24 hours.
Some little boys was jacking off to it. That's why.
I've been real critical of Rockstar. That's the studio that makes Grand Theft Auto. I saw the trailer, looked incredible, but I've seen a million games and trailers that looked incredible. Tell me if you guys saw the trailer. What you guys think? It looks like the protagonist in the game is going to be a female for the first time, and they're going back to Miami for the first time since I don't know. I would say 10 years, but Grand Theft Auto 5 has been out for fucking 12 years, so it's probably been.
Do you think it's just gonna stay in Miami?
10 years.
Yes, it's being.
It's a whole Miami. Similar to San Andreas, there'll probably be missions where you go elsewhere, but
they said it's
they
based
showed the
out
map
of,
too. It's
based out of they said you're gonna be able to get most of Miami. Miami, you're gonna be able to base it, but it's because they call them the whole state Leonida, and you're gonna be able to travel to other parts of Leonida.
Yeah, it's used, but trailer looked great. I don't know if you guys want to add on to it. The the first trailer looked great. I'm sure the graphics are gonna be the shit. And it seems like again 2 years from now, it's gonna be the game that everybody cops.
Bro, it looks
We got
ridiculous.
celebrities like caping to be loading screens. I think Ruby Rose says she wanted to be like the loading screen. If you guys know the loading, if you play Grand Theft Auto, the loading screen is like a big deal for Grand Theft Auto, right? So like if you play Grand Theft Auto, you know when you're doing on the loading screen. You're on the loading screen when you first start the game and you try to go in the city. You're on the loading screen for a while. They show a whole bunch of stuff, and Ruby Rose is like caping. She says she wants to be one of the loading screen girls, which would be awesome promo for her. But yeah, I digress.
Yeah. I mean, it looks amazing. It looks ridiculous. The detail, it looks like Miami. It looked like, I know they mapped out the whole city. I know that's what's been taking so long. Like they literally like gone to like areas, stores, just mapped out and old buildings and everything. So it looks like Miami. It gives you all Miami. It feels that way. I know it's a trailer, but that shit looks ridiculous.
It looked good. And again, for somebody who's been critical of the Rockstar, I just feel like judging off the trailer, I'm sure we'll get gameplay somewhere in the middle or towards the end of 2024 because that's how usually all this shit goes. It looks like it was made with care. It made whatever engine it was made with. It looks like it was made with care. So can't wait for that. All right, number 3 on the not list. Big congratulations to Ashanti and Nelly, who it seems as though they that Ashanti is expecting. There is video of Ashanti and Nelly on a stage, and Nelly's rubbing her belly when they're being congratulated. Ashanti seemed like she was not ready to share that they could potentially be expecting, but rumors are I think it was published by I forget which one of those blogs that she is pregnant. So we'll see. We will see. So congratulations to the GOAT Nelly. You guys nothing to add. Moving on. This one's cool in podcasting and in media. So not just all the smoke, but Showtime Sports has been bought and will be a part of Meadowlark Media. So for those who don't know, Meadowlark Media is a part of the Dan Le Batard network. So it had Dan Le Batard's networks has I don't know how many shows, Jesse. That's bottom. If I was to guess, I would say somewhere in the range of 10 or 12. I could be shorting them there. I could be shorting them there, but it's somewhere in that range.
Yeah, they do new podcasts like every fucking month. So yeah,
That's So Miami, the Pablo Torre Show, Oddball.
Like they're real.
God Bless Football.
Yeah, they're real
Cinephobe.
Like, what they're trying to like put into actual TV shows is.
And then Dan Le Batard has like 3 spinoff shows off that shit.
Yeah, there's Pablo Torre Knows. Yep. There's Oddball. Those are their shows.
Yep.
And then they have just a bunch of podcasts. So like you said,
that's a big get for them. Being able to get all the smoke, getting Matt Barnes, getting Stack Jack under their umbrella. I think that's big.
Getting what's her name too? They're getting what's her name too?
Rachel Nichols. I think they're gonna. That means they're getting Kevin Garnett as well too. Kevin Garnett.
I don't know if Kevin Garnett's coming.
Oh yeah, he might be doing his own thing. Yeah, he might be doing.
I think he's doing because they said it's with Matt Barnes' production company. Mm-hmm. So they made a deal with Matt Barnes' production company. Made a deal with Meadowlark and DraftKings.
For those who don't know, Meadowlark is I think. Owned by the former CEO of Disney when Disney was at his height. I forget his name off the top of my head. What's it? Bob Iger?
No, not
ESPN?
no.
He was ESPN. He was ESPN, but he was a part of Disney as well too, right?
Nah, he was
just ESPN. Bob Iger, right? That was his name.
Not Bob Iger. Bob Iger.
What's the other guy's name?
Bob Iger runs Disney now.
Okay,
he retired and then came back.
Came back.
But Skipper was the one that
Skipper. There it is. Skipper.
Yeah, Skipper is the one that he got caught up with the scandals and he had to step away.
There you go.
And then that's when all of those shows that you love started just getting canceled.
That part, like his and hers. Anyway,
it wasn't even his and hers. It was SC6 at that time.
It was a lot of those. It was a lot of those.
Mm-hmm.
And then, do I have any more not list stuff? I'm sorry, I thought I. One last glance. Oh, this is actually dope too. So, this is a big congratulations. I think this is just dope and fly. So, Bronny and this is just good news to hear. Bronny James is expected to make his USC debut on Sunday versus Long Beach State. Of course, being a Lakers fan, I made sure to check. LeBron and the Lakers do not play on that Sunday because it's happened on Sunday because LeBron previously stated that he would miss the Lakers game if he happened to debut on the same day as the Laker game. So thank God for Laker Nation and us that there is no game that day.
Well, it's because the in-season tournament is on Saturday.
That part I know. I'm just thankful. But yeah, that's really dope. Especially he just Bronny had the cardiac arrest during the summer. That was very scary. We didn't know what was going on, so I think that's just good news to see. We're going to be able to see Bronny back on the court. I think that's fly. All right. Anything else to add? I think that's it for the not list. I think that's done. All right. So today, Thursday, we had the inaugural in-season tournament out here in Las Vegas.
All right.
Thanks, Jesse. Now it's going to take longer to upload on YouTube. Anyway, so we had the inaugural in-season tournament out here in Las Vegas. We had the Pacers. Woo! Sorry, excuse me. We had the Pacers going against Milwaukee Bucks in a back and forth duel that was expected to be a big shootout. I think some of the lines had the scoring going up to past like 250, 257. I think that's what I saw on BetMGM. But I don't think. Rell, do you know what the line will end up being for that? I know it didn't get to 250. I think it ended up getting to like in the 220 range.
It was 247. I mean, but the line opened at 257. It was bet all the way down to 241 by game time. So I mean, I ended up staying away from it. But that was a crazy number.
I should have bet it under. I should have known that they were going to miss shots at a neutral court.
I like the over for some reason, just because Indiana overs have just been raking me money.
Right. So I want to just kind of highlight this whole day so far because the NBA has been out here in Vegas, and they've done some stuff. There's some questionable stuff and some really cool stuff. So I want to do a pros and cons list, and then we can talk about the pros and the cons of what we saw of today. So tell me, okay, so pros. I will start with the pros. I definitely enjoyed the crossover network situations that they did. I already was hyped about it. Some parts of it was underwhelming. So for those who don't know what I'm talking about, so since they shared today's broadcast today, so the first game was on ESPN and the second game was on TNT. So with that happening, the ESPN crew was able to share some of the time with the TNT crew, and they had their little banter back and forth. But the actual broadcast for the Pacers Bucks game had Mike Breen, who's ESPN, Doris Burke, who's ESPN, but they also had added Reggie Miller, who's obviously works for Turner TNT. I thought that was pretty fly. And I realized that I don't hate Reggie as much as I hate Reggie. Reggie actually points out some solid stuff. Maybe sometimes Reggie just does a bunch of stuff. So tell me if you guys enjoy that. Did you guys? Well, Jesse, you said you was at work, but you got to hear a little bit of the game. What'd you think of the cast?
I didn't get to hear the game. I didn't watch the first game, but it looked like they were having fun with the pre-game stuff and in between stuff. So I think they should do it more often, especially for things like this. I I think it's a great way to get the in-season tournament started and going. So till it gets probably sponsored by somebody else, but we'll see.
Rel, you have anything that?
No, I mean, I really enjoyed it. I mean, overall, I watched it all. I mean, since I thought it was gonna be a good idea. I mean, it just I don't know. I just think the concept of winning something else other than the NBA champion. Because when you look at it, it's like there's so many great players who never win a championship. You know, I would love for Carmelo to have 6 NBA cups under his belt. You know, like
Carmelo was
I
your guy
just
for a minute. Carmelo was your man's.
yeah. I mean, like there's a lot. There's just so many great players who never win a championship. Now in today's
And
NBA,
can
go
you
ahead.
imagine for Carmelo, for Charles Barkley, all they need is one game. They can kill you in one game.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine if that's all they needed. So I do think those two would have probably won some.
In a league where accomplishments
Reggie Miller
matters,
too.
and you know, like they name like accomplishments matter more so. Like in NFL, being an All Pro matters more than being a Pro Bowler. You know, so in the league where everything matters, I think that it's cool because like this will go on the jacket. You know what I'm saying? You know, for the next 20 years, like you know, when they do NBA 20, they'll say how many NBA cups did you win, and like I mean, and it also just
And
shows too,
apparently, they're
like
doing the MVP and all in NBA tournament lit team.
yeah, they're gonna do it all. But which,
I knew
like
they
I
was doing
said,
I knew they was doing a cup finals MVP, but I didn't know that they was gonna do a first team all cup situation. That's interesting.
and I'll finish on, I'll land on here is that you know, like the person who really put things in perspective for me was Tyrese Halliburton when he said, like, you know, I never won shit like in my whole career. You know, I went to Iowa State. I never went to a Final Four. You know, the team wasn't good. You come to Indiana, you know, you struggle. You know, like what's the likelihood of them raising the banner? You never know. But at the same time, like this next gen, you know, like the fact that they wanted to play, you know, like I don't, you know, like and so I mean, I like the court concepts, even though they banned the Lakers from wearing their black jerseys. Like you know, so I thought overall that the NBA landed and hit the shit on the head with this NBA tournament. Like I said, it's gonna be another cool patch to put on somebody's jersey, to put on somebody's, you know, memorabilia at the end of their, you know, when they get those cool jackets every 50 years, and they'll say like how many NBA cups did you win? Like I said, I would love for some of my favorite players who won't get championships to, you know, like you know, I'll care now for them to do this for a young team to do this, you know, and I think they should change the incentives on it.
They should change the what?
Like they should, like I mean, like the team who wins it should get an automatic spot in the play-in, and then like depend, you know, or you know, like they should just get. And if their record puts them above the play-in, then they get home court or something like that. Keep adding a little bit more to it, add a little more spice to it because it's worth it. And at the end of the day, like it's like I think it's a good idea. You shaking your head no, Kevin, but I think that's a
No,
good idea.
I know I agree. I don't know how you can do an automatic play-in bid. I don't know how you would make it work, but I do agree that somehow it has to um add more stakes into the long run of things. I don't know how they would do it. I truly don't. Um, so it's a lot of learning that they have to do and figure it out. My thing was like, even though I feel like you have no choice but to do it early, it just felt a little too early. You know what I'm saying?
I've heard that before.
But I
This was the
understand
only
why they had
time
to
that
do it
made
early.
sense for them to do it, though. That's why.
Yeah, I understand why they had to do it early. It just felt a little too early. It just felt like we are right into it. That's kind of what it was.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what it was. And you know we're not even 20 games in, and we're already into the teams are still trying to figure themselves out.
Side note.
Can you imagine imagine the Clippers team? I don't know if anybody would want to face the Clippers right now.
Fuck out of here.
They're playing well right now. They're playing well enough.
Who have they played? They played Denver. All right, cool.
They just beat Denver yesterday. What are you talking about? They beat the Mavericks. What are you talking about? Who have they
Denver
played?
have their whole squad. I don't. Well, whatever.
Mavericks, yeah.
Okay. Real quick,
How many
Side note.
times have the Clippers had their whole squad and they got their like? Come on, man. I'm
Congratulations.
just saying that team
Congratulations.
is getting better. It's one of those things. So it's like it just came quick, and I guess my feeling was it took them a second to get into it. You get what I'm saying? I think that's because it came so quickly. Now expecting it coming so quickly, now understanding it a little more, because I also think players didn't really understand it at first. Understanding it a little more, being competitive, and now you go into the season. I can't play into shape if we want this cup. You got to be a little bit in shape already. You got to be ready to. You got to be ready to play already. So it being early works out. It just felt like it being the first one. It just was so quick. But I understand why it had to be early.
I would say this: they probably didn't plan it out this way, but it ended up working really well in their favor. It's gonna be interesting to see. I can't wait to see tomorrow's viewer list. Um, with that Ethan Strauss on Substack usually posts on his Twitter. Because they competed with the NBA with the NFL game today, which the NBA for largely has avoided. But it happened to be a not so great Thursday night game.
Yeah, I was about to say
That's
that.
obviously. But even when the game is not so great, the NFL is king. Like it still
True,
has the
but
viewership that it normally does. I'm hearing you, but
with
just
two
hear me.
with
Let me
and this
land my
has
plane.
two strong fan bases, but
Two
these teams
very, very.
are
That's the part.
bad,
That's what I'm saying. So let me
man.
land my plane. So
These teams are bad, man.
that's the teams are not great, but the NFL is still the NFL, and so I'm gonna be interested to see because normally I'll watch like I'll tap in and because it's on Amazon, so I watch my Jack Ryan there, and I watch it. I'll just let me check out the game and see what's going on with the game. I didn't do that today because I knew we were potting, and B I was checking out the in season tournament, so I was just like I just want to see how many eyes that they take away from watching two ugly girls respectfully uh fight and throw mud at each other in it was in Pittsburgh, right? In Pittsburgh. Um yeah, so that was a pro. I want to get to a con, and this kind of hurts my heart a little bit. Well, not this. Well, let me start with a light con. The courts. So the so mostly obviously the courts throughout the all the cities I've mostly like in the 80 I'm in the 80 to 85% range I enjoyed. But the fact that they did this the blue and red on the neutral court here in Las Vegas, I thought it was a big swing and a miss. I thought it was not a pleasing to the eye. B, everything that we've heard from not only for just from fans, but from media, from I think even some of the some NBA personnel, the Reds have not looked great on television. It's just the contrast of red. It just doesn't look great when the hardwood is red. It's not aesthetically pleasing. And these motherfuckers chose to make a red, white, and blue court for the neutral court out here in Las Vegas. I thought it was a big swing and a miss. They could have done something much more cleaner. I think Jesse, you suggested they did something black. Um, uh, I feel like they could have done something gray, just to make it still show that it's a in season tournament game, but make the court look just more aesthetically pleasing. I definitely did not like that. And then obviously Rell already hit on the fact that the Lakers weren't able to wear their in-season tournament jerseys, the city jerseys that they're undefeated in, um, because they said that the contrast with the court was just not going to be great. So I thought that was a con for sure.
I mean, yeah, and first and foremost, see, this is why you got to be hard on them, and this is why it's like they had a month to fix this.
Yep.
All the issues people were because
The
the
biggest
biggest
issue is everybody
problem,
talked about the red was not good. Everybody
yeah,
nobody likes the Reds.
the biggest problem is they don't know how it looks on camera. Like they clearly didn't know that with all the courts and everything. It's not a bad. I'm pretty sure it doesn't look like that in person, but and then you go red and blue, and it's
just didn't look great.
that just it was just not it was just not it. It was not it. Like that was the worst one by far.
Yeah,
Worst one by far.
and we have to see the court one more time
Yeah.
on Saturday. So,
And
Rell,
they
you have
had a
anything to
chance.
add?
And the thing is, you could have did a thing where you could have just made parts where like the what's it, the 18-inch to the free throw line. You could have made that red, and then on
Show
the opposite
have a
side, you could have made
put
that blue, and then
there's
you could
four
have did
corners of the court. There's
yeah.
four finalist teams. Put a Laker logo on one end.
Logos and then
Put a
corners. Like
New Orleans Pelican logo on
you could
end.
have,
I feel like they could have
you
done
could have
so
went
much more.
back
They
and
could
said,
have
you know what?
done.
We're getting a lot of pushback. Let's see how this red and blue looks on screens.
They could have
Let's
done.
see how it looks on TVs. Let's fix this. Let's fix this contrast. Maybe mute the red a little more, mute the blue a little more.
To me,
Go
they
ahead.
could have won. To me, they could have won. Like if they really wanted to make it this Final Four, Phil, you could have just did the simple big cup in the middle, all normal NBA course, so everybody can wear their jerseys, and then put their each team logo at each
logo,
corner.
like that
Yeah, and then you put them on the side on the where the coaches stand at.
Mm-hmm.
You put the team logos there like the Final Four. Give it the Final Four feel of it. You know what I'm saying?
It's an elimination
it's like,
game, right? It's like a 1-game elimination. Yeah. So yes.
And on top of that, and you can still keep your red and white and blue. You can make the middle red or you can make the little circle at the half court red and blue. You can make the free throw, the little box, and for the free throw lines, you can make one side red, one side blue. You can split. You could have did a lot of things with that, and it just is like one of those things where it's just like you had a chance to be like, hey, let's correct some things. Let's correct this. We have an opportunity to correct this before we put it out there, and it was too much red and blue. To be honest, it was just too much, and not enough, and it just doesn't work on the screen. It doesn't work. It's too much. Yeah. And to say the black is the what's too contrasting, it's like
that was weird.
So yeah, it looked weird seeing the Lakers in those colors. So then on top of that, it was like, why didn't y'all make specialized jerseys for the Final Four then? Like, it's like, why didn't you do something like that that would match the court or something that gives it this fucking feel? Like,
people already complain that there's too many NBA jerseys every year, so it is what it is.
Shit, I'm one of those people, but this is one of those times. This one made sense. This one made sense to do that, especially when it's the first in-season the inaugural one. Number one, and number two, you want to bring as much eyes to this and much attention to this. It's like, why didn't you do that? Like, and it's only 4 teams, so you're only gonna get 4 of the first 4. You're only gonna get the first inaugural time. The first inaugural in-season tournament, and it would have been 4 teams. Those would have went off for auction for how much? Because you would have only had those. So that was your opportunity to actually. That would be the time where I'd be like, you know what? That's a good time to have a different type of jersey. Yeah. But even those city jerseys are ugly as fuck for most teams.
Don't do that.
Huh?
But all right, so. Everything you're saying is real. I will say this, and then I'll move on to my next. I'll do my next pro before I get to my final con. They're workshopping it. They already talked about how what happens this year, it's not going to reflect how the in-season tournament's going to be going forward. They're probably going to change a lot of things, especially when whoever, Amazon, Netflix, pick your streamer that's eventually going to end up buying this. I listened to a whole podcast talk about how they were talking about that they feel like the NBA made upwards of hundreds of millions of dollars based off of this because they made it an event, which that's my next pro. Excuse me. The NBA did an awesome job, phenomenal job of making this, putting money behind it, and making it something that it's the first year of something, and making it feel as it has importance. They did a great job. obviously having out here at a neutral place that people come to anyway in Las Vegas. I'm going to be interested to see what happens when how they're going to do this when
They
a
should do
team comes.
Seattle next year.
Yeah, that'd be fly.
That'd be
It's
dope
going to
if
be
they
interesting
did
to see how they
Seattle.
Seattle.
go about doing this.
Yeah, Seattle's such a big.
Never take it out of Vegas. It should never leave Vegas. It should
Bro,
never.
Seattle
It should
is
never leave Vegas. It should never
Seattle's
leave
such
I'll
a
Vegas.
say
big
this: when I just
basketball
think it's gonna be
town.
weird. I think it's gonna be weird when the Vegas team is out here when whatever that comes and they have.
That's also what I'm thinking
I think
about
that's
because
gonna be
eventually you're gonna get a Vegas
Um,
team, so you might as
Or
well know.
put it in the Mecca, and that's where it should be.
but
Or rotate it to Staples or the new Clippers Dome
so
in Inglewood.
I think they did like I said, I think they did a great job putting money behind it with the whole red carpet, with the presentation, having both companies that show this as far as ESPN and Turner be a part of it. I think they did an awesome job of representing this, even making just I think again the cup itself. I think it's a clean looking trophy. I think they did a really 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 good job of all the presentation of that shit. Con.
Sorry, they playing who he played for with Stephen A.
I know. I paused it. I can't wait to watch it. Um, Con, and this hurts my heart because I just brought up this person as the GOAT before. That little in between halftime shit that they did with TLC and Nelly was respectfully some bullshit.
Wait,
They tried
what they
to.
do?
You didn't see it?
Nah, I didn't see it.
I'm sure you didn't see it. So they did some fake versus thing between that they were gonna do crowd participation for Nelly versus TLC.
That doesn't even make sense.
Tell me about it. Where they had for those who watched it, like I chose to. They had Nelly and TLC come out, and they had Nelly's fans sitting in some kind of mosh pit situation, and obviously they were Ali LaForce, who was hosting this, was basically saying that whoever has the loudest fans, it's up to you guys who we're gonna pick to that wins this, whatever group. So Nelly's fans or group, they all had red in season tournament crew necks on, right? And they Nelly performed Ride With Me, right? His most probably crossover, like touches every demographic song, right? He did Ride With Me, right? And it was cool. And obviously TLC came out. I'm being nice. I don't want to say anything negative about T Boz, but shout out to T Boz.
It just doesn't make sense that they did TLC.
So TLC comes out, and then they switch the fans. TLC's fans in the blue in season tournament crew necks had on blue, and then they sang No Scrubs, right? And then they did a little fake. Which fan? Who we all won. We all won. You guys don't have to pick who won the versus thing situation. We all won. We got to see Nelly and TLC perform. I thought that was whack. I thought that was trash.
That's so stupid.
I was excuse me. I thought
Also, why is it so like? No offense to these artists, they're great. Why them?
I thought it was a strange choice.
Why not? No, Kurt. Why not?
In fact,
Kurt?
I'm gonna get my shit off about T Boz. Respectfully, T Boz looked like a mom that just got done doing laundry, and she got a call from the NBA and or Chile saying, "Hey, the NBA wants us to come do this, and they're paying this." And T Boz looked at her laundry and was like, "Oh, I can make that." Yeah. That's the energy she gave to me. She gave mom just got doing laundry vibes. And again, she just performed No Scrubs, where respectfully, again, I know it sounds like I'm killing her. She did not sing. She lip sang. T Boz of TLC, who has an awesome voice, or respectfully, had an awesome voice, chose.
It was all right. She never had a strong voice. It was all
She
right.
had an awesome voice. She
It was
chose.
No, I love it. She has a deep voice. She has a deep voice.
chose
I love her voice. I love her voice.
to lip sync.
Like
She
a deep, raspy voice. Like a deep,
She
raspy voice.
sang no scrubs, like basically a longer medley.
Kevin, why do you think these people are gonna sing live at these at something like an NBA performance?
Nelly rap live, but I'm just saying.
But that's rapping.
I hear you. I heard you. But Chili sang, but T Boz didn't. I'm just kind of, and then again, she performed, I don't know, 3 minutes of no scrubs, and clearly was winded when Ali LaForest brought her and Nelly back to the court. She was damn near her hands on her knees like she just did 14 suicides. Respectfully.
Now you're just nitpicking.
I'm sorry, I pay attention to
stuff.
She ain't
allowed to be tired?
I'm sorry, I pay attention to
shit. She ain't allowed to be tired?
I know.
How often do you think she performs?
Look, that's the case. That's the case. That's the case Carolyn brought up. But again, Chili looked like she was straight.
Why are you doing this thing compared to?
I'm just saying.
She ain't Chili. Chili's this.
I love T Boz. I love TLC.
That's like saying. That's like watching me and you play basketball right now, and it be like, damn, Kev talk a lot of basketball. Why is he so winded? Because Kevin hasn't ran for a year.
Right. But again, I imagine in my brain, if you knew that you were going to do a versus show halftime situation for TNT that you knew were going to be on live television, thought you would.
I think you taking it more serious than I think they actually taking it, because I think they just showing up. Day of.
Exactly. You expected them to give this top notch performance.
And I expect the level of midness when it comes to like performances. When it comes to that, I do.
All I'm saying. Okay, so heard you, right? Heard you. I agree, and that's all I'm saying is. All right, I'm done. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm leaving at that. All right, so but
the con really is, why did they choose those two artists? That's the con. Like the NBA has done a great job.
Nelly can do whatever the hell you want. Don't do that.
And the NBA has done a great job of trying to stay current and be in with like the what is hot today. Yeah. So that just didn't make sense.
Whatever, Jess. You didn't watch it. Whatevs. Anyway,
and it's the inaugural. Y'all couldn't call Drake?
No, they can't afford Drake right now, bro. They don't have a ticket.
The NBA can't afford Drake?
They have to pay all these dude $500K. Right. I'm just playing. I'm just talking shit. I'm just talking.
They only have to actually pay one team $500K.
Yeah, the first team wins $500K. Second team wins like $200K.
We didn't pick who we think is gonna win.
We're about to do that right now. Okay. I was saving towards the end.
By the way it's looking,
do our little Lakers corner.
By the way it's looking, only two guys should get $500K.
So just
two
like
guys should get a bunch of $500Ks.
Now on Saturday we have the finals, which is going to be with the Indiana Pacers, led by the brand new. If y'all don't know, y'all better know, the brand new point guard Tyrese Halliburton, and then the Los Angeles Lakers, led by the 39-year-old Benjamin Button, who just looked. I don't know what got into him today.
Shit.
All right, who we got?
Last two games.
That part too.
Shit.
Who you got? What do you guys think the score is gonna be? Mm-hmm. And what are you guys' expectations for the game? Rell, we'll start with you.
Let's go, Rell.
You know me. I mean, I got a nice little Lakers ticket already, so I already got Lakers at like plus 600 to win the whole damn thing. So
you got it early, huh?
Yeah, I got it real early. I got it as soon as they announced it. As soon as they put the odds out, I'm always hitting futures. So I got it at plus 600 to the Lakers win the whole thing. So I'm going with the Lakers. But the whole thing is that with these young, this is why I don't. I mean, I think the Lakers are really motivated to do this, and I think it's just something really out of the norm. And I think Bron is just motivated by something different, like and Jay. So I don't know. Like they really seem motivated by these games, and so it's. I think the Lakers are gonna win. So I just think the difference is gonna be the fact that they have nothing for Anthony Davis. You could throw Miles over there, but he's a hack. Isaiah Jackson, cool, but he's not gonna stop AD.
Obi Toppin?
I love Obi, man. But
why'd you do the Stephen A. Smith voice when you said I love Obi? What the fuck just happened?
Obi's good. Obi's gonna be an all-star one day.
Obi's my man. He's my brother.
Obi's good, bro. But I mean, honestly, the way Tyrese Halliburton, I wouldn't even be mad if the Lakers lost because I want Tyrese Halliburton to win something. I don't know, like I said, but I'm picking the Lakers, so it should be a good game. I'll be there. So
vibes. Jesse, who you got? Why you got? And anything to look out for during the game?
I'm a Laker fan, and
Rell would think otherwise.
I know. He doesn't like me being critical of the Lakers.
That part.
No, you just some of the stuff you say.
It's criticism.
Right.
That's the definition of it.
Well, sometimes we need support, not criticism.
Well, you know what? I'm going all in. Lakers 124, Indiana Pacers 110. Lakers take it all. The old man's on a mission. He has one thing to do, and he says, I'm going to win the first one. It don't mean shit for it. He's just doing it to do it. I know people are going to try to use that as some sort of argument for his legacy. To me, this ain't a legacy thing. This is a thing. I did this shit, and y'all thought I wasn't going to win the first one. Got y'all. I'm still top notch, still top 10 in the league, still probably top 5 in the league when I'm on.
That dude I saw today?
Yeah. So
there's probably 2 players I take over that dude today, and that's probably the end of the list. That dude we saw today, I'm probably taking 2 dudes over him, and that's it.
So
everybody else is up for question.
It's been great. Holly, you've been killing it. You've been killing it, Halliburton. Killing it. I love that you're killing it. We've known about you since you was in Sacramento. We was all surprised when you got traded. We was all shocked that they traded you and not traded Fox. So, you know what I mean? Shout out to what's his name? What's they center? Miles Turner. Shout out to him. You wanted to get out of there. They said no. I don't know why.
My buddy. Buddy was trying to get
and then Buddy, but shout out to Buddy. He wanted out of there. They said no. I don't know why, but now it's all coming together, and they trying to act like that never happened.
Shoot 7 threes a game, and they're wide open like this. I'll stay here.
So, like I said, only 2 people really.
They play so Phoenix Sunsy is scary. Like
Shout out to their head coach. He knows how to coach, man. They head coach. That's one thing where I'm like, the Lakers, if they had a chance, they could have got him as a coach, but I don't think he wanted.
We got him. We cool.
Oh, now you cool with him.
That was a funny joke. That was a funny joke, Jesse told. That was a funny joke, Jesse told.
That's it. All of a sudden, Rell's a ham man like that. Pause.
Yeah. He'll be wanting to fire him on Saturday.
Tell me.
But they coach. Honestly, I don't think he would have wanted to come coach the Lakers anyways. I don't think he wants a big market.
Yeah, not everybody can be in the Beatles. You're right.
True, but he does it in small markets, so he's done it.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody else done
Oklahoma City. Yeah,
ain't nobody else has done it in Dallas in the last 20 years, football included. So he's doing his thing. So I much respect to him. Much respect that he turned that team around.
Definitely.
I'm glad to see them in it. I truly wanted it to be a Boston Lakers, just NBA history.
I wanted the Knicks.
Knicks would have been good too. So, but as always, the premier franchise knows how to show up when it's time to show up. The most winningest franchise in NBA history Oh, what? We're in the finals again. Oh man, first in-season tournament. All right, we'll go ahead and get in the finals of that. And so
Lakers undefeated in the in-season tournament. It's
championship game.
undefeated.
Woo. So that squad, you got to see how deep this Lakers squad is. You got to see like Ham's gonna be having a hard time trying to figure out that rotation, but everybody better stay ready. Prince went off, and it's only a matter of time that we get everybody's back to 100% health, or at least to a good amount of point, a good amount of in their health wise, at a good point in their health wise, and maybe it's starting to allow LeBron to get some rest because I saw 3 dudes on the court I ain't never seen before. I didn't even know these niggas was on the team, and that's what
I just
love
want.
to see.
All right. So I just want to let me just get in here real quick. So I just want you guys to know currently the Los Angeles Lakers are 5 games over 500, and we haven't played 25 games yet. Right? So if we're just going off of that, the Lakers are in a great spot. They're like Jesse said, they're getting healthy. Like Jesse, I'm gonna piggyback off Jesse said. One of my biggest take of things I'm thinking about is just this rotation because Ham. There's a lot of people. There's a lot of mouths that want to eat at this table, and there's only so much food at this table. So, hopefully, I mean, I don't know what Crystal.
Well, those false narratives, though.
No, I do think there's a lot of people that want to eat at the table. I think.
I mean, but I mean, there's only one thing that we here to do, and that's win for the king. Ain't nobody talking. I don't
let me
care
land my
who.
plane. That's exactly what I was gonna get to. That's it. That's what I was gonna get to. I think as long as they're winning, there's not gonna be a lot of complaining because the team is winning. But I do think fast teams give the Lakers problems. The quick up and down teams give the Lakers problems. So Tyrese Maxey, point guard, hasn't had a turnover, I think, in December yet. I mean, we're only 7 days in December. So that ain't nothing. Obi Toppin.
That's still crazy though. That's still crazy. You haven't had a turnover.
I don't want to shortchange him, but that is wild. I think he has upwards of. Last time I checked, it was 30. But after how many assists he had today? I don't remember off the top of my head. He's coming up on 40 assists with no turnovers in December. It's fucking nuts.
His passing ability, which is something I didn't know, which that's one thing I really didn't have a clue for. Hell yeah, today he had 15 assists.
Yeah, he's at 45-ish with no assists in December.
You know what pisses me off is his shot, man. Like I think that's really what it is. It's just like it's such a set shot. I hate it.
It looks like it's hard. It looks
Carl
like
Anthony
because it doesn't look like it's going in.
It's Carl Anthony Towns mixed with a little bit of Dame because he has the step back ability because he creates space with a step back. It's like Carl Anthony Towns, Dame, and probably one more player. I also think I
think it also looks weird because he's a lefty.
He's a righty.
Is he a righty?
Yeah, righty.
He's a righty.
It just looks weird because
you know what, Jesse? The way he shoots it, you would assume he's a lefty. You would assume he's like, what the fuck is this shit?
Because the way it's a set shot. Like me and Kev was talking about this yesterday. Yesterday on the phone. I don't know how he gets the shot off. It looks like you could block it. It truly looks like
that's what I'm saying because he's flat-footed when he's setting.
It's so flat-footed, but
he's flat-footed when he's setting his form,
and he doesn't jump that high.
See, this is I mean, I know we pay attention to this, but I'm so glad that he has this stage and he's balling the way he does because not only is he playing in, I mean, I would say Indiana is probably one of the 3 or 4 smallest markets in NBA. I could be wrong, but it's somewhere in there. We know Indiana loves their basketball. It's one of the it's definitely in the top 5, but it's probably somewhere closer to 3 than
Miami.
But I could be wrong.
Can I ask y'all a question? Luka had a triple-double and a half yesterday. Is it
40 and three quarters.
40 and quarters? Something was behind me. My bad. I heard something crawling.
I got a gnat over here, so yeah.
Nah, 40 and three quarters. Wild. But I don't know. Because obviously that's an amazing feat. But does it feel like to y'all it's getting a little too easy to get these triple doubles nowadays?
No, the pace is high. I think that I can do a whole podcast about the NBA just needing to just do something to help the defensive players because they got rid of I think they need to bring hand checking back. I really do. But I also think the NBA doesn't want that level of physicality in the game. I think they
I think the NBA wants the scoring.
They want the scoring, but they put the defensive player being a defender. Just imagine staying in.
Well, this is kind of European.
You have to do just this the entire time.
But you know what? But
solid, and these dudes are like drawing. Everybody's really good at foul drawing.
And I still think Walker Kessler is out for Utah, so I don't think he hasn't played. And so the fact that these teams go so small, like they go so small now, like and Luka's still 6'7", and and Paul's he's thick. You know what I'm saying? Like he's hard to move. So him, especially for him. I mean, so for him it's easy, but at the same time the pace is up, scoring is up. Guys are the fact. I think it's easier because now everybody's going.
Shooting's a lot worse. That's why a lot of these guys are now.
But I think teams
rebounds now.
Teams are going so small, and that allows for other people to get rebounds and more assists because guys are getting it and being able to push. Where you like, why is he pushing it? You know what I'm saying? Like now, there's literally a lot of that NBA and offense as I've been watching the first 20 some odd games. Where there's a lot of teams wanting X player to create because they feel like he's such a player because he's this dynamic. Where it's like, bro, he's not that guy. Like he's just fucking not. Like I forgot who it was. Where I was like, okay, we're getting out of hand now with this push and go shit. Now I forgot who it was. I was watching the game and I couldn't believe it. And I was like, why is he creating a break? But I think that adds to it too.
I seen Rudy Gobert do it one time. I seen Rudy Gobert create a break. So
no, it was Bags, Marvin Bagley. Yeah. Marvin Bagley.
You're talking about a team that didn't win a game in all of November.
I don't even know.
Yeah, but it was like, what the fuck? It was like, what the fuck are you doing, Bags? Get it to K. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right. No, the reason why I asked that question because you guys are right.
Nurkic did it the other night.
Yeah, but if you paid attention to him in Denver, him and Joker, you would do shit like that too. Because Joker does it.
What I was gonna say is the reason why I'm like, it feels like, and I'm not trying to take away from these dudes. You get you get a triple double, you get a triple double. It's just how high these numbers are now. It's like it's not just like it's 11 assists. It's like 16, 17 assists. But you guys are right. The pace is up. I think shooting
is up for the most part.
Now that it's nothing but 3-point shooting. A lot of 3-point shooting, long rebounds allows guards to get the ball, get going, and get running. So,
I mean, the whole thing is that NBA is not going to be worried about it because the last thing NBA is they don't want to reset. They don't want to go back to Spurs Pistons. Ever since the Spurs Pistons finals, they was like, we will just void the finals before we go through that again.
Medium,
but I prefer this style. I like this. Let's go to the 80s style. It like a lot of dudes got to work on your game, or you got to, I like it. I think the NBA
like it too,
is
but I just wish they would bring back hand checking, and then I'll be fine.
I feel like I like it, but it's in there's got to be a medium because there's just all. We
didn't say that when Showtime Lakers was putting up 140 on Denver on a Tuesday.
But it was good basketball.
How? Nobody was shooting a fucking three. Everybody was cutting.
It was good. It was movement. It was good. Like it was bad. Like
this basketball isn't bad.
Like run down and and we're gonna take a three. Like it's literally now.
That is annoying. Maybe we should put a cap on how many threes a team can shoot in the game.
That's what I'm talking about. There's a lot of bad basketball that happens.
No, I mean, but at the same aspect, I just because I would not want to see a bunch of niggas just cut.
No, I'm saying that's why I
would
said
suggest don't watch Washington Wizard basketball.
That's why I said there got to be a median. That's why I'm like, I don't mind the high scoring. I just there's periods of times where you watch a game and both teams are missing 7 straight shots where they're just taking threes or they're just taking bad shots and they're just running back and forth, and it becomes ugly for a while. But
no, that I agree with. But it just like, you know, but that is annoying, and I understand that. But that's gonna be dry spells of basketball gonna happen. It's just a matter of how you pick and choose the pace you want to put it in.
All right. I think we've done it. Does anybody
have time for Diddy? No time for Diddy.
Talk if you want to talk Diddy, do it now because we're past the time.
Damn, never mind. Next pod.
So next episode we're probably gonna do our end of the year wrap ups. And Jesse's gonna try his best to talk about Diddy without having any.
Why just me? You got plenty of bars.
I had jokes. I didn't have anything negative to say.
I got bars. Yeah,
I had jokes. You wanted to have like a real discussion about him. I
don't know. I truly don't. I don't. Here's the only issue I have with people is those people that want to defend this man, and it's just like, why? You don't know him.
Like, we never liked the Harlem Shake that much. You know,
the people that are talking about him or saying this stuff about him know him more than you know him. Why do you just don't believe this stuff?
It's just too many. Like, it's just too many bloody knives for me around the house to believe you didn't.
Now, do I think? Is there always that one accuser that's lying? Sure. But like y'all said, there's too many bloody knives.
I would say Rell used the perfect term. Too many bloody knives going around.
We're like, hey, bro, somebody else is dead, and you got blood on your head.
This is the Drake song knife talk for sure.
He's all, I don't know what's going on. So it's just like, you know, I just, like I said, you know, I just don't like abusing, you know.
Yeah,
like just because you that don't mean you can treat people a certain way. 100%. And we've gotten glimpses of it, and we've passed it along, and the nastiness of it. I hope that. Yeah. You know, and the nastiness of it, like, we have to kind of call out, like, you can't disguise it as love and be this uplifting figure. It literally be fucking Lucius from fucking.
You're really trying to do it right now.
I don't care. You literally can be fucking Lucius from Empire. So it's like, bro, like, when you could have been just uplifting your fucking community and not trying to kill niggas around it. I don't know, Diddy. Like, you know, like, we not drinking no more Ciroc. We done with Sean John. Kiss my ass. I'm not playing none of your love albums anymore. And I'll play the features. Keeping y'all the features. Fuck love and fuck that last album. We don't need that shit.
Honestly, can we get an album with him not on there?
For real, what does he do?
No, there's songs on there with him not on there. There's songs where he's not on there. So
can we re-release the album and take all of Diddy off of there? Because honestly, Diddy had made every song worse. Like, he didn't make any song better. What song did he make better?
I can't think of off the top of my head, but I ran through that album. I have my favorites.
Let me ask you a question.
You're right. The Jasmine Sullivan song he's not on is fucking phenomenal.
Let me ask you a question. What does Diddy do on there that you couldn't get somebody else to do better?
You couldn't get DJ Khaled to do.
I agreed. I mean, that goes without saying, but it is what it is.
We don't need you, Diddy. That's the whole thing. That's cool, right, bro.
We gonna get about it. Thank you guys for listening. We appreciate you guys. Hope you guys enjoy. I mean, obviously we're gonna come back before the holidays come, but enjoy shopping.
Hopefully.
Don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe. It helps the pod go a long way. If you're listening or watching on YouTube right now, currently, especially if you got all the way to the end, we fucking fuck with you. Love you. Please like this episode. Share this episode. Interact with us on Instagram. That'll be fly. Don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe, and leave a review. All right, so for Jess, Rel, I'm K. We're those millennials en route.